Absolutely, and I think one of the important things with the US dollar is ever since global currencies came off Bretton Woods in the late 70s, the US dollar's always been in a 7 to 8 year cycle. And the 10-year depreciation cycle we saw over the 2000s and into 2012 was unusually long. And I think as the Fed is now committed to policies that will probably see growth skewed to the upside, as the Fed is the first of the developed economies to start normalizing unconventional monetary policy, and as we have an above trend growth outlook for the US economy, 3% this year, probably the same again next year, we think the US dollar is just on the beginning of a multi-year, if not even decade-long upswing. So we are going to see the dollar strengthening. And the flip side of that is Asian currencies will be weakening. Also cyclical currencies, commodity currencies like the Australian dollar are likely to be weakening. So it's going to be an unusual development that in this cyclical upswing in the global economy over 2014 to 2015, typically cyclical currencies like the Asian currency complex will be weakening. And I think that will be a silver lining. It will actually amplify or multiply the improvement in external demand into the exports and production numbers of the Asian economy. So I actually think a rising dollar in the context of a pickup in global growth is a positive for Asia. I don't think so at this stage. I think in terms of unemployment, it is still dropping lower, and without being too technical on the matter, one of the important economic developments in the US at this stage is that a good deal of the population who lost their jobs over the financial crisis are now what can be called economic outsiders. They're unlikely to return into the formal labour force. They're unlikely to be putting upward pressure on the unemployment rate. And I think given that development, the unemployment rate can continue to fall quite quickly. An important development will be as the US recovery becomes more entrenched, there's likely to be more visibility. Corporates will be more confident hiring and investing. And I think we will continue to see a fairly steady and smooth decline in the unemployment rate. As for inflation, I do think the risks on inflation are now starting to skew to the upside, not just in the US, but in Asia and perhaps even globally. Potential growth is now lower across the global economy given low investment over the past 5 years, and it is likely that the global economy and the US will be hitting those new lower potential growth rates over the course of 14 and 15. So I think inflation risks are going to manifest themselves in the second half of this year, and inflation may become problematic in 2015 to 16. But at this stage, the Fed has clearly indicated that they will have a tolerance for higher inflation until the unemployment rate falls to levels that they're more comfortable they are achieving their dual mandate.